Now, before we begin today's video, I want everybody who watches this to think of a 9-inch by 13-inch space. Roughly this by this, right? Doesn't seem like a lot. Now I want you to imagine that your entire upper body has fit into a space that small while you're upside down and you're attempting to breathe. Keep that in mind throughout today's video as we talk about the occurrences that happened with 14-year-old Harley Dilly. For those of you who don't know, I am the crew leader. Welcome to the Cryptic crew, where we curate everything creepy, cryptic, and curious. Enjoy today's video, guys. Harley Dilly is a 14-year-old, 4'9", 100-pound teenager, and he's a resident of Port Clinton, Ohio. Now, Harley is a bit of a troubled teen. It's not uncommon for him to get angry at his parents, leave his house, stay the night at a friend's house, and come back the next day. Now, on December 20th, Harley leaves for school. Post that school day, as he's leaving to school, there's a bit of an argument going on between him and his parents because he has broken his phone, demands a new one, and his parents have told him that he has to earn a new cell phone. So Harley is furious at his parents for not wanting to buy him a new cell phone, and so they're not very surprised whenever Harley doesn't return home from school. But little would they know that will be the last time they would see him alive again. Harley is reported missing on December 21st, 2020 by his father, telling the Port Clinton Police Department that his son had not returned home on the evening of December 20th, 2020. Now, before we go any further in this story, I do want to point out that Harley was suffering from ADHD and was on the autism spectrum, which could have contributed to the events that play out in the next few minutes. So it's not too uncommon for this to happen, for Harley to leave on a Friday night after school and not return again until Saturday morning with no warning to his parents or any kind of conversation between the two entities, letting his parents know that he would be gone. So Harley's father is not immediately worried, but at 11:50 p.m. when he reports his son missing to the police, he is extremely worried. He thinks it's been too long. There's been no coordination between him and his son, letting him know that he will be gone any longer, and he's starting to think that something may have gone wrong. Now, police canvass friends that Harley had been with on the Thursday before, but there's no incidents or any kind of information to let them know where Harley may be. So Harley goes missing on December 20th, and the story kind of blows up from there. Good Morning America covers it. The FBI comes in and assists with the search. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children comes in and also assists with the search. But there is no progress or any kind of upswing in the search until the body is found. On the night of January 13th, 2021, Harley Dilly is found trapped inside of a chimney. Now, the police officer who finds Harley's body goes into the house, which has been vacant for quite some time, and he sees that there is a metal grate on the ground in the living room. So, being curious, he picks it up, and he's wondering where it comes from, and he peers up onto the wall, and he notices a flute from the chimney coming through into the living room wall. Now, another thing he notices is there is a jacket on the ground, a jacket that was reportedly owned by Harley Dilly. As he notices this jacket and he notices this flute cover, he is pretty sure that there's going to be evidence of Harley's disappearance inside of this chimney flute. So he sticks his hand in, and he can immediately feel that there is a body inside of the chimney. It is discovered that Harley climbed an antenna tower above this house. He then scaled feet first down this chimney until the walls got so tight that he decided that his jacket was holding him up and he would need to remove it in order to get further down the chimney. Now, obviously, he can't go up. The chimney is too much of a scale for him to climb, but he can't really go down any further. Now, Harley is able to remove his jacket inside of this chimney, and he's able to push it through the flute on the side of the chimney, punch out the grate, and throw the jacket into the living room floor. Now, he would then put his arms above his head and continue scaling down this chimney until he realized that he couldn't breathe, and in his panic he would let out a scream. His decompression of his chest would allow him to sink further into the chimney, and then it only made him panic more. It only made him scream more. Now, as he continued to slip further and further and further into this chimney, he would reach that 9x13 area that would be his resting place. Harley passed away in the chimney, and as unfortunate and as sad as his death is, and as curious as it is, because we have no idea why Harley climbed into that chimney, it has brought some light into the situation. A petition has been set up to enact Harley's Law that will require a more timely reporting of missing children in the United States. Now, we don't know why Harley climbed into this chimney. There's no toxicology evidence that would imply that he has done any kind of alcohol or drugs that would change his behavior to the point where he would climb in a chimney. If there is any information on that out there, I haven't been able to find it. Now, what would make a 14-year-old child climb into a chimney in the middle of the night without telling his parents, without telling his friends, and just decide to see if he can do it? Now, we all know kids do dumb things. I think we've all done dumb stuff as teenagers, but this seems a little more on the edge of dangerous than dumb. It seems a little more on the edge of being motivated to do something that would harm yourself in a way that you wouldn't want to be harmed. Now, the police say that foul play isn't suspected in this case, but what other play could there be? Whether it be some kind of spiritual foul play or perhaps physical foul play, what would convince somebody to climb an antenna tower in the middle of the night and scale a chimney feet first until they can't breathe and their lungs are crushed inside of their body by them trying to breathe? Unfortunately, with Harley's passing, we may never know why he decided to climb into this chimney and scale it downwards. But I hope that one day, whatever convinced him to go down this chimney can be outed and we can find out what it is. Because for the curious amongst us, this seems like it just makes no sense. And I think that's what really drives our curiosity, is that things don't always make sense. And the more they don't make sense, the more we want to look into them. And I think that's something that should happen here. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate everybody for coming and checking out the curators of the Cryptic, Creepy, and Curious. I hope you've enjoyed today's story. If you have, make sure you leave a like down below. Leave a comment. If you have any suggestions, make sure you leave that as well. You can check the social media links in the description. I wish a serious rest in peace to Harley Dilly, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.